Hey guys, it's Bernard Braxton here. I just want to come to you today to have a, slight conversation. Nothing too serious. I just want to tell you guys about my life. You know, growing up, I really didn't have much. Uh, I grew up in a quite modest home. I didn't get the lifestyle of what most kids get nowadays. Both parents worked. My mother worked with children in the child care industry. My father, he worked for the government. But we lived fairly well off. Um, so growing up, all I had was a hardworking lifestyle. You know, Started in middle school into high school. I, I hustled. I hustled, sold things. Made money off of that, and I also raked leaves, cut grass, anything I could do. So by high school, all that hustling, I was able to finally get, a regular job, 16, 17 years old. Um, I worked for Seven Flags. I'm not going to say the name of the amusement park, but yes, I'll call it Seven Flags. And, I worked as much as I could going in at a young age. I worked as many hours as I could work every day. So that's about 11 hours a day. And I worked basically 7 days a week. So during the off season, I would also pick up hours, helping out, cleaning, just trying to make as much money as I could. So by the time I turned about, 19, I was able to save up to get my first car. I paid everything in cash. It was a 2007 Pontiac Grand Prix GT. My first car. I loved that car. So, you know, that's just the backstory. That just tells you how much I love to work. Um, what I will say is, because I wasn't afforded the lifestyle that most people or most kids have, that didn't make me bitter or regretful, but I am grateful because I've learned at a young age that if you really want what you want, you got to work hard for it. So, growing up, I've adopted the lifestyle of FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. Not necessarily about the retire early part, but more concentrated on financial independence. And, just having a 40-hour work week schedule can only make you but so much money. And, there's only but so many hours a day you can work, and it's just not feasible. Nowadays, people are working 2 jobs to make money, but how many hours can one person work? With other obligations, you can only make but so much money an hour, and if you're working minimum wage, good luck. It's hard to live off just minimum wage, working 2, 3 jobs just to collect a paycheck. So, um, after high school, got to college, still a hard worker, going to class, getting out of class, working a job, a part-time job. And then, when I finally left college, I still had kind of a, child mindset to have fun, but still work hard and save. But then it came a point when I was about 23, 24, where I said to myself, I can't keep spending money and enjoying myself and partying. I got to find a real career. And around that time, that's when I decided I wanted to apply for dental school. I took the admissions test. I submitted all my applications to all the schools I wanted to get into. And let me tell you one thing, dental school is very competitive. You thought medical school was competitive. Dental school is just as competitive. So I figured I applied to dental school, sent all my applications out. What happened was I did not get into dental school. Then a couple months later, I sat down and I realized, hey, I really don't want to go to school anymore. I just want to work and make money. I just wanted to, jump into the fray. So I decided to start applying for jobs and find a job that makes a decent living wage. So I finally got a new job, and I decided at the time that I was going to quit my current job to work at this new job. But I said to myself, you know what? Why limit myself to just one job and 40 hours a week when I can work part-time and still make more money? So then it became a game of, working as many hours as I can and making as much money as I can every week. But, after a while, it takes a toll on your body and your mind. You don't get enough sleep, you still might be functional, but, drug addicts are still functional, but look how they turn out. But I will say this, these are the starting steps to becoming financially independent: working hard, saving your money, and then while you're doing that, find the avenue which you want to take in order to achieve your financial independence. I've always told, my friends, my girlfriends, my family that it's not always, a good plan to work for somebody else, because at the end of the day, they control the amount of money you make, they control the amount of hours you work, they pretty much control everything. All you can do is say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You got to take what you can get. It was a point in time when I was working my first job that, I was limited to the amount of hours I could work, not because there were no hours available, only because the person in charge just didn't want to give me the hours. It's not fair, but it's life. I can tell you that. That's why I always say, if you're going to work a job, always have a side hustle, have a second job to protect yourself. So with that primary job that I did have, after leaving Seven Flags. After leaving Seven Flags, I worked at my primary job, decided to get a new job. So I've been working those two jobs for about 2 years. And in that 2-year span, they finally got to the point at my part-time job where they said, hey, this isn't working out for us. You aren't working enough hours for us, so we're just going to have to let you go. And I was surprised. I've always been a hard worker, came in on time, did what I was supposed to do. I didn't cause any problems. And you think after putting in almost 9 years of hard work, being in a management position, just busting my butt, people not showing up, me picking up the extra slack, no complaining, that they would appreciate that. But no, as soon as somebody doesn't get their way, they get rid of you. That's what a job is. If you don't own your own business and make your own money, you have no say in what you get, how much money you make, how many hours you work, whether you can even take your vacation. Most jobs don't even have sick pay. So if you do have sick pay and you get vacation and you get to command your own hours, good for you. But like I said, there's but so many hours you can work and but so much money you can make. So, during the time that you're working a regular work schedule, you need to think about other avenues which you can make money. So after they let me go, I tried to pick up hours at my second job, my primary job, and they don't like the overtime, so they started to cut that back. Now I'm reduced to a 40-hour work week. That's just what it is. So once again, find different ways to make money. I'm starting to go into investments. I'm looking into buying real estate, buying stocks, investing in mortgage notes, anything that can make my money work for me. It's not easy living, Life isn't fair. You can do everything right, be upstanding, help people, be a good person. But at the end of the day, life is not fair. You get what you get. So, I'm not somber. I'm just speaking from the heart. I will say this. Going forward, I'm going to do a lot more investing. I plan on getting my first property. God willing, I've saved up a lot of money, and I hope to be there with the greats. I've looked into dividend growth investing. That's one of the things that I'm highly interested in, getting passive income. You barely have to check your dividends. They come, you check your bank account, they're there. So with that said, if you want to hear more from me, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be hoping to come back to you maybe once a week, if not once a month, to update you on everything that's going on. If you're interested in FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early, go ahead and check out the Facebook group. You can also check out the Instagram group. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.